Welcome to the Central PA Pour, a podcast where four friends and neighbors will focus on the local craft beer scene in the South Central Pennsylvania area. Each episode, we will highlight 3 different beers from local brewers and give you our amateur opinions and rating. In this, our first and pilot episode, we are sampling a Russian Imperial Stout from ZERODAY in Harrisburg, a New England IPA from Liquid Hero in York, and a brown ale from Stony Run Brewhouse in York. Now, if you're ready, grab a cold one and join the CPP crew to be bonded by beer. And here we go. Hello, and welcome to our first ever episode of the Central PA Pour. So what is this going to be all about? But before we get there, let me introduce you to the CPP crew. Starting off over here, we'll go off to my right. Just kind of introduce yourself.
My name is Ben. These are the neighborhood crew I got a hold of here. My father, who you'll meet a little bit later, and then a couple of neighbors we got going on here. My favorite type of beer, I'm going to have to go with an IPA, specifically a hazy one. I joined Untapped in 2018, and then last year these guys got me back into the craft beer game. So I'll pass it on to my right, Kevin.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and welcome to CPP here. And I'm a lover of stout and enjoy just trying everything as we go along, and we educate ourselves and help you guys as well along the way.
So they pass it on to me. My name's Dave, and I'm a member of the CPP, but I'm also a member of the neighborhood here. And we actually have a guy here that isn't a member of the neighborhood. I don't know. He walked down the street, and he just kind of like came in the door. But
He used to be.
Yeah, he used to be.
So, hey, my name is Brett, and we represent the CPP, the Central PA Pour. So who are we and what are we about? We are a bunch of amateur craft beer enthusiasts, and like they said, we are all neighbors and friends. So we kind of started this thing about a little over a year ago.
Yep.
Officially got into doing beer nights, so, and it kind of led to this. My wheels started spinning after I did a podcast for my automotive industry and had a lot of fun. But you know what, guys, before we really get started, it is Christmas, isn't it? We got 2 weeks till Christmas, so I think we need to put on some Christmas attire. Come on, Dave. You got to do it, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
He's thinking about it.
You got to.
He's thinking about it.
Looks like a thong I was wearing the other day.
Whoa. You didn't tell us about that.
Can you express? Here, you can. It's a Velcroed. Kind of like the thong. It's a quick snap. Yep.
Doesn't fit.
Doesn't fit. But hey,
see, that's why we got to go on.
Mine
before.
makes noise.
You got to go on before the. That's like a Billy the Bass Christmas hat there.
So now that we're all getting our Christmas attire on. Oh, there goes a glass. So what we're trying to accomplish with this idea of the Central PA Pour is we are going to try and focus on the local breweries in the York, Adams, Lancaster, Dauphin, Cumberland counties, and Lebanon. So that's kind of the idea behind this podcast. We're going to, each episode, we're going to try and sample a couple beers from these local breweries and tell you what our amateur palates think of them. So we hope you guys enjoy what we're going to do, but this is what we're trying to do. So before further ado, we have to drink some beer. That's what this is all about, right? Ben, I think you got our first one up.
Yep, I'll run it first. We got ZERODAY out of Harrisburg, Alaskan VISTA, Russian Imperial Stout, coming in at 10.5% with a 40 IBU. So let's crack this bad boy open.
Nice.
So, like we said, we've been doing this for about a year. We do have scorecards. We have our SRM color thing, but you're going to see that some of
Before
us
that, this mic is directly in the way of my left hand.
are going to go to our Untapped app.
Yep.
So we've found the Untapped app, and we don't use it to grade everything and use it by all means, but it is our personal recording of our beers. And I got started on it. Kind of fun because a little competition amongst ourselves. Hey, I unlocked a badge. What level are you guys at? So it's a good little thing going. So what we're going to do is we're going to grade these on aroma, flavor, color, and mouthfeel. So
Once everybody gets a hold of one here, I'll read off the brewer's note.
that's what we'll do here.
Is that from the brewer themselves, or sometimes Untapped throws in a description as well?
That was actually off their Zero-Day Brewing.
Perfect. Okay. All right, everybody got one? Everybody got a chance to take a little sniff? All righty. So, the brewer's notes. This approachable Russian Imperial Stout is brewed with roasted barley, oats, and turbinado sugar to achieve a robust yet balanced ale. Notes of espresso and dark fruit complement the full-bodied malt profile.
Oh, let's see what we
Alrighty.
got.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Getting the espresso scent off the
Yeah.
off the bat.
It's definitely the espresso and coffee notes are definitely
Coffee.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's not bad.
Smooth. Got a nice little dry stout finish to it too.
It does.
Yeah.
Finish is very good. So this is from Zero-Day, the Alaskan VISTA. I will say I was up there, and I went up there for their mango habanero.
Ooh.
It is a very cool joint. So if anybody's looking for a nice little place to go in Harrisburg down on 3rd Street, they got good food, good beer, just like this one. So what are you guys thinking?
Zero-Day.
What are you guys going to score that?
It has a 3.94 on Untapped.
I was thinking about
It's
a 4.
Coming in at 221 check-ins.
Yep, I was thinking about a 4.0. SRM scale is definitely a 40 plus.
Yeah. 40. Yep.
I tell you, it's not
It's
my
pretty
cup
good.
of tea, but it's not something you'd rate poorly at all.
It's good.
It's smooth.
It is smooth
The
drink.
espresso
Yes.
comes through, and it finishes off
Yeah.
nice and strong, stout flavor.
It is good.
Very nice, robust, and it's. I'll go with a 4 as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Are we doing all this stuff right on air here? The pass around and whatnot, or should we say?
Yeah, if you notice, we'll some of us will be taking pictures while we're doing this to put it on our Untapped log.
We have these nice sampling glasses. Are we swearing on this, boys, or no?
What's that?
Are we swearing words on this? Is that okay or no?
Well, I guess I can edit them out if we have
Okay,
to.
no, I just made sure because I was just going to let an S word fly. But if we used to get together and sometimes we didn't have these nice sampling glasses. So before these, we just got a little messed up more than usual. So we got these nice little sampling glasses now, and now it's a nice controlled, mature buzz.
Yeah, so we did purchase our tasters. But what started me down this path was a couple years ago. I was trying to get a package together for my stepson, who enjoys IPAs like Ben here. So I was in there putting together things and talking to the gentleman at Westgate, and saw this one package called from Boulevard. It was their barrel aged 12-pack variety. You guys remember that?
Yep.
That's what really started us down this path. And then we all found Goose Island, Bourbon County.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's good beer.
So we've been doing this for over 2 years. And then last year, Dave said, why don't we make this an official event? So that's when we started our monthly tastings. We get together, and first round, the host bought everything, which kind of got a little expensive. And then we started rotating, and everybody brings something to the table. And like Ben said, we didn't have these nice little 5-ounce tasters. We had 8-ounce glasses, 12-ounce glasses, and we were filling up. And by the time we were done, had a pretty good buzz.
But it's been pretty unique, though, because we've been able to expand our palates. And, myself, I did not care for the IPAs. And now, my son had purchased one for me in a package the other night, and it was funny in the text. You might as well throw it away, Dad, before we even crack the can open. And it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't for me, but it wasn't hateful.
We have expanded all our palates.
We have.
For
Used
sure.
to turn my nose up to everything but a Yingling or something like that, or a Guinness, but
Right.
the palates have changed. We've introduced sours and
Yeah.
gozes and IPAs, all styles of IPAs.
The cider last night.
Yeah, that cider was pretty good. So that was the other thing behind this Central PA pour. Not just going to focus on the craft beer. We may broaden into the distilleries, wineries, and cideries as well. So hopefully this thing goes off, and like I said, we're going to focus on the Central PA, but who knows? We may expand into different areas. So speaking of Christmas, guys, what's some of you guys have a memorable Christmas gift that you actually got at one time?
I don't know about that, but I remember buying what I thought would be funny gifts for my spouse. One year I bought her a kitchen sink.
You used to get
Yeah.
yelled after that. I remember that.
Was it a vacuum one year?
Faucet
Oh,
vacuum.
boy.
Yeah. But I'd always back that up with a nice gift, though. But, being a smart aleck, I'd have to get that little laugh out of everybody. And,
Yeah, I bet you got more than a laugh when she unwrapped the vacuum cleaner.
Was this purchased right at Zero Day itself, boys? Or
Yes, it was
It is
purchased right
purchased.
at
Oh,
Zero
cool.
Day.
We're going to have to see if we can't get into Untapped and make the drinking location something relative to our name. I don't know if you can go in there and create or not. We'll figure
Well,
that out.
we did create Essex Home Brewing, but that's just the brewery.
Yeah.
So Christmas-wise, as far as me, last year the wife went out to Stony Run to try some of their beers. They were closed, of course, but right next door is Bailey's Home Brew and Wine Supply. So I was talking to the owner, and he said, "You ever think about brewing your own?" I'm like, "Nah, I ain't got time for that. I just like to crack it open and drink them." Came home, told the wife, and then she went out, I guess, the next day
Yep.
and purchased a home brewing kit. And that was a gift, and that's not only are we doing beer tasting now, the four of us are doing home brewing. And it's been kind of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not cheap, but it's been fun.
No, it's not cheap.
Anything else you guys made from Christmas? What are you hoping to get this year?
What am I hoping to get?
Yeah, what are you hoping to get, Dave?
I'm not going to get it.
That Nikon.
Nikon D780.
We'll just keep putting that out there.
Yeah, that with a nice lens. But you can buy a car for that.
That's I know
Yeah.
that. I know
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
Sally's
so-
camp with stuff.
So I don't know. I got my first Nikon. All my Nikon gear came from Christmas gifts. So I was happy about that.
Well, maybe Santa's going to be lucky.
Yeah.
Nice.
Be nice this year.
No, Santa won't be lucky. I'll be lucky if I get Santa would have to be nice.
Ben, what about you? have a little
Nothing in
daughter to think
particular
about,
comes
too.
to mind. Yeah, for me, mostly Christmas is going to be about her this year. You know, we had her last November 2020, and that first Christmas we were kind of just going through the motions of having a newborn, and she wasn't really into the wrapping paper and stuff like that yet. But
She'll be into wrapping paper and boxes this year.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
much that it's in
For
it,
sure.
but the wrapping paper.
yeah, we just picked up a nice little, I guess like a slide. It's Paw Patrol or little outdoor slide thing. So
Cool.
get to put that together.
You know, there's one Christmas gift I've never gotten, but I can't explain it on the air.
Oh boy.
All right, so we were. It's all about beer here, right? So we have another one here to try.
Okay, number 2 is from Liquid Hero, and we're going to call it a Loopyelin, a New England IPA. It's a 5.9% with a 45 IBU, and it looks pretty interesting. So we're going to start one off and pour it, and then I'll read the, what it's supposed to be when we get going with it.
Now, Liquid Heroes, that's one of our favorite locations.
Absolutely.
We love going into Liquid Hero.
Yep, we've sat there at the bench a few times.
Yep, so we have. We've gone in there for their special beer releases.
Oh, man.
Kind of cool little joint. They're one of the older ones in York now. They've been open over 10 years. So I definitely highly recommend Liquid Hero. And I was in there talking to him. Actually, Dave Josh, our other neighbor, was in there the other week talking to him.
I just grabbed one of yours, Brett.
Oh, you did?
Good. Yep. Yeah, definitely. We're blessed with a lot of opportunities or places that we could visit throughout our locations that we're trying to highlight.
And that's kind of the idea when we come up with this is the craft beer industry has definitely exploded. 2020 did not hurt them a lot because everybody was at home, and next thing you know, they didn't get to visit their places, but they could buy it and go out and pick it up. And I think everybody that had a business like that had to come up with new ideas how to run it. But this area is definitely exploded with craft beer, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, once again, it's from Liquid Hero, a New England IPA, and Loopyelin.
Loopyelin. You say potato, I say potato.
I'm going to ask for some help with you guys on what number or on the chart. I'm thinking a 4-ish, maybe.
Between 4 and 5 on the SRM chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks about right.
Definitely.
Definitely
Yep.
hoppy and citrusy.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Little piney. What's the brewer's notes on there?
Don't drink an IPA. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Kevin's favorite, by the way.
No. Brewer's note. Silky smooth mouthfeel accomplished by slightly sweet fruit forwarded hops. Present and flavored and aromatic. Note of citrus, tropical fruit, lime orange, pineapple, and a slight of pine, which I actually tasted.
You can
the
actually
pine.
taste the pine.
Get a little
Yeah.
pine at the back end.
This probably would be more up your alley, Ben.
Absolutely.
You probably really like this.
It's actually not bad at all.
No, it's for an IPA, for a New England, it's definitely very smooth
Yeah.
for a New England IPA.
Yeah, you can. I think that's one of the things, the New England and the Westerns, the different locations. It's
Come up.
amazing how one, like an IPA per se, will taste different in different locations.
And there's like the Californias or the Westerns, they definitely are a little bit more very hoppy and grapefruity. But that's very nice. I like that.
I got to say, if you get into drinking different IPAs, you see a lot of the same hops introduced. But some of these listed for this beer, I haven't come across too often.
Yeah, there's 2 on there that I don't normally see. Apollo and Simone. But I like it. I'm going to give this about a 3.8.
That's the average on Untapped.
I thought somebody was
1.4
behind you.
thousand check-ins.
That's what you
So Ben, you're the IPA guy.
goodness.
What do you think of it?
Oh, let me give another swig here. That's good. That's great. You can't beat it.
Let me give you the
Says-
number. Ben is
go
going to
ahead.
say a 4.5.
Oh, that's a little generous. All my IPAs usually start out about 3.75. So I'll call this one a 4.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
I gave it 3.8. But I think an Untapped, I can only go by 3/4, so.
I'm going to show off. I'm going to go 4.25.
4 1/4.
I think so. I
You
like
better
this.
write that down.
I like this.
Kevin's putting a 4.2, anything above a 2 for an IPA for Kevin.
So right on the back of the can here, let me read this description because it's different than the one we had in Brewer's Notes, I believe. A hazy IPA crafted to celebrate the resinous powder inside the hop cone known as lupulin. Maybe that'll help us a little bit on the pronunciation. Lupulin. Unfamiliar with that one, but maybe we can look that up a little bit more. Brewed with Pilsner, oats, and wheat.
It's pretty good. I think it's one of their staples. Their staple
Yeah.
beers in there.
Yeah. It's not overpowering. That's what I like about it. It's really smooth.
Yep. So, like we said, don't get too hard on us. This is our first ever try at this podcasting thing. I know when I brought the idea up to Kevin and Dave around a campfire one night, they're like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Dave's definitely, I'm not involved. I'm like, oh, the hell you aren't. You will be involved.
We're the only two sweethearts on camera right now.
Yeah.
Goodness,
Well, he's not recording camera.
I am recording it, but
but not video.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's recording whatever's on there.
Oh.
And then we got together and we mentioned it to Ben here, and Ben was like,
my
"Oh
God.
man, this is it." The next thing you
it's
know,
all about it.
the next couple days later, all the social media stuff's all set up and
Yep.
everything's ready to go.
Oh yeah, yep.
And we're going to cut this part out, but there was a couple of wet dreams with the two guys to my left.
Oh jeepers!
They were very excited. Dave and I were into it. We're skeptical because I'm shy. That's why. That's the only reason why. But Ben was gun ho, and Brett, both overwhelming, and Dave with the technology. So this is pretty awesome. I was all nervous all week.
So one thing that's going to make us a little unique from other podcasts is we are 4 neighbors and friends, and we are 3 generational here.
Ah, very true.
We got a millennial in here. You are a millennial.
What's the definition?
You are millennial.
What
Up
year?
until 19, I think it's 2000 is the millennial.
Up until 2000. Goodness,
Yeah, so you're in that millennial.
94 kid.
Kevin and I are Gen X's, and then we just got old timers.
We're the,
No, you politely put it that one day. How'd you put it? Yuppie.
I'm from the yuppie generation, yeah.
A
thought it
young
Urban professional.
urban professional.
I thought it was something as older than mud.
But that's what's going to make us unique. And even though we do have such different in ages, we all get along. We love
Absolutely.
it. We have a great relationship here.
Bonded by beer.
And that's a good thing. Bonded by beer. That's pretty good. You've come up with our CPP acronym as well, too. So, Ben, you're pretty
How
good at
about
that.
CPP? Bonded by beer.
Bonded by beer.
By beer with beer.
So-
We'll figure that out.
We're hoping you guys enjoy this, and we're going to try and do this twice a month. And eventually, as we get more comfortable doing this, we are hoping to bring in several guests and maybe eventually visit sites. I've already talked to Sebastian at Westgate, talked to Liquid Hero. I was out to Stony Run today. We talked to Glenn Smith out for the brewery tours, or the York County Ale Trail, which is now brewery tours. They are all excited and on board, so we're hoping you guys enjoy this.
Yeah. I had a conversation with Morgan Freeman.
Did you?
Yes, I did. It was short.
Short?
Yep. He said, what? No.
Did you have a conversation with Samuel L. Jackson, too?
Yeah.
So, by the way,
About Denzel.
what is that? Is that an Alexa that you have in your house?
Yeah.
So, apparently, Dave's son Brad put a program on there for Samuel L. Jackson.
Nice.
So instead of saying Alexa, hey Samuel, and I got to repeat what he comes back with. So it's pretty funny. The first time Dave showed me that over there that night, I freaking lost it. So, but we got one more beer to sample here, and Dave, you got that one. It's the big one.
You mean the jug from
jug.
the Beverly Hillbillies?
Yes.
The best for last.
So I'll tell you this little story behind this. I was out today to get
Can
some
you help with
more
that, or
brewing supplies.
you put? I was just. I love it. It's on camera, buddy.
I went out to Bailey's to get more brewing supplies today and talked to him about one that we had just brewed and bottled, which we thought failed. And I told him about our little podcast thing. And I said, you got something we could use tonight? And he said, by certainly. So he gave us one of his beers tonight. So if you're looking for a good place to go
And
to
a
enjoy
place
good
to eat.
food and good
Absolutely.
food, they got definitely good food. They got good beer. Stony Run Brew House out on the East Market Street. Tim March is the owner of Bailey's, and he's also co-owner of the brew house. So I definitely would look them up. So he was kind enough. He said, "Take this back and put it on your podcast." So, which one did he give us there, Dave?
It's a heritage.
Yeah, it says Heritage Rail Trail Brown Ale.
Yeah.
we got to include the purchase location.
Okay,
We did the
yes. Stony Run Brew House. Their brown ale. 5.38% and 26 IBU.
Smells good.
Smells real good.
What was you going to say?
I like that. That's good.
I'm going to say a 34-ish on the
That's-
SRM.
That's pretty good. What's this brew? What's he say? I would say the brewer actually brought the notes out to me. So this
did
is
he?
right from the brewer.
Oh. Brewer's Notes. Named after the historic Heritage Rail Trail that starts in York, PA and ends in Maryland.
Wow, that's good.
This brown ale features Willamette and pearl hops and dark brown sugar. The brown sugar makes the beer more complex, also while complementing the flavors of chocolate and roasted barley. It has the characteristics of multi-rich, earthy elegance.
I like it.
That's the
Yeah.
smell I'm getting, right? Like a multi-earthy looking.
Yeah.
Elegance
Smell.
for an elegant man.
It's
I
definitely.
like that.
You okay with this?
Oh, yeah.
Not an ale. I mean, it's not an IPA.
It's not an IPA. No, I can
This-
get down with the
This
ales.
is damn good.
This is definitely.
Yeah.
So the reason I went out there last year is because when I was
Oh, yeah.
I went out there for his Belgian quad. And I think I bought that. He gave me a little sample that
have
day,
to
but I
fill back
bought
up
some
on that
later.
one.
But that was
is
definitely.
good.
This is good.
This is very
I
good.
like this.
Yeah. This is a stout, but it's not heavy. A lot of times you get a stout.
It's a brown ale.
that-
brown
ale.
It's an ale, but I mean it's like a stout that's not heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very.
I hardly smelled it yet. Dad's going for pour number 2.
I had a hole in my glass on that one. I
and-
apologize, fellas.
To answer your question, Kev, I was between 32 33 on the RSRM.
Stony Run Brew House.
It's
Now,
on there.
we were here for dinner about a month ago, my wife and I believe at the time they were just doing the transition from the summer IPAs over to the stouts, and for the life of me, I wish I could remember the one. We had 2 or 3 different stouts in there, and there wasn't a bad one.
No,
And,
it's-
we had the pours, and my wife actually she had an array from an IPA to a dark
I think he
stout.
also has a seltzer in there too.
Yeah, yeah.
He puts out a hard seltzer.
Seltzers.
His tasting rack's pretty unique. It's handmade iron.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a great place to bring your wife or your girlfriend on a date.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Small but unique.
Yeah.
It's definitely good.
Now, when you do that, do you bring your wife and girlfriend at the same time, or do you?
I did. We sit at 2 different booths, so.
Okay.
The
nice.
part that I got busted on, though, Dave, is when you use your in-tap app, it goes up on the television. So my wife asked, who Susan was, and well, I had to explain that a little bit. But that's okay.
So this is what we're all about. Drinking beer, having fun, focusing on the local beer scene, and it's just been a good time. You guys got any last minute comments?
No, but for an old man, what was that? What was that BBB you had earlier?
BBB.
Wasn't there an acronym you just said a few?
Yeah.
The CPP.
Yeah.
C-
not
No,
BBB.
he said B. There's 3 B's. BBB.
CPP. Bonded
Best-
by beer.
Bonded by beer.
Bonded by
I like
beer.
that.
Bonded by
Brews.
beer.
Brews. I
Yeah,
like
I'm a
brews
little old.
better.
Forgive me.
About
I like that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
write that one down for I forget it again. To Bonded by brews or bonded
Beer.
by
Bonded
beer?
by beer.
I like that
Oh,
one.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Bonded by beer. CPP.
No, if you guys out there in
Bonded by beer.
the podcast world
The
want us to
interwebs.
try something, relatively local within the PA area, let us know, and we'll be happy to test things out. And
Be on the lookout for our social.
Yeah. This
Sites.
is so Ben here is our social
That's right.
guru here.
Yeah.
Dave's our techie side. Now, well, we'll see.
Yes.
Dave and I spent a better part of this week putting this together, trying to figure it all out.
Yep. Been a long-
Hopefully we got it. And don't hit us too hard because this is our first one, and we'll get better. I mean, audio, video, we'll get better.
but please tell your friends about it.
Yeah. Look us up. It is Central PA Pour. We do have an email, centralpapour@gmail. Ben has all the social media set up.
We'll rattle off the social media handles.
So sounds good to me.
And we have a URL. We will be using that later.
Yeah, eventually. Dave
Eventually.
kept on me. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Yes, I bought it. So, we're good. So
Put it on
eventually
mortgage.
we will have a website.
Took out a mortgage.
Yeah. So like Kevin said, we hope you enjoyed this podcast, and what we're trying to do. So if there is a beer or a brewery or a distillery or whatever that you got an idea or suggestion, say, hey, you guys need to try this one out. Drop us a line in the comments. Shoot us an email. Do whatever. I don't know how you do. What is it? Twitch, Twitter.
Twitch
I
is
don't
the
know all
streaming
this.
for video
Now,
games.
Brett, you're showing your age. The new thing is TikTok.
TikTok.
Oh,
We're going to be
gosh,
doing
I'm-
some TikTok videos.
Pops is going to have to handle the TikToks.
Oh man, so I don't do the social media that well. So I might
Neither
be.
do I.
I might be old, but I'm just social media ignorant.
What did Dave say earlier? Michael Jordan, Morgan Freeman and myself will be on doing some TikTok videos, and we'll get some likes.
So we look forward to having you guys join us here about twice a month, and look for our next episode. But until then, let's crack it open and drink one down with a CPP. Cheers.
Cheers.